here we go. Woo. Hey man, I know you guys seen this area.
Hey, how you doing?
Well, already feeling the atmosphere. And here we are in leg day paradise. Oof. Yeah, when you're ready. Got the man motivation. Arash. There you.
Motion. But with legs, a lot of guys think that means bounce. So every few reps I sat down and stayed there to kill momentum. So full range is good, but you don't want to bounce at all at the bottom because it's taxing on the knees and you're taking away the whole purpose of full range. If you go down there and you kill momentum, you're firing the muscles to come back up. But if you just go down and come back up quick, you're using a lot of the momentum that was bringing you down to bring you back up. And also it's just going to deteriorate your knees over time. And for you young guys, you might be doing something wrong and not really know it because you don't hurt yourself immediately, but you're doing damage. It might be microscopic every workout. If you get hurt that day, you're lucky because you'll know what you did was wrong. If not, 10 years will go by and you'll have a major issue. So train smart, look at yourself. Everyone's filming each other, so review the film. Look at the footage and see what you're doing right or wrong and critique yourself. And if you have a training partner, make sure they're doing the same for you as well.
Be accountable.
We want another one too. Yeah, you got it, man. Are you kidding or you want? Step it out. Everybody can step it out.
Now we're working. Now we're working.
Leg press all depends on where you put your feet. Closer, further, higher you go, it makes the exercise a little easier. It takes emphasis off the quad and puts it more on the hamstring and glute. And I feel like when we're doing hack squats, and everything, yeah, of course we're training our whole lower body, but you really want to make your quads good. So we want to manipulate foot position, and ass position, so you don't hit so much glutes and hands. That's why I wear these squat shoes.
Okay.
They're ugly as hell, but when you elevate the heel, it shifts away further into the quad, and you use less glutes, less hamstrings.
What do you think about Converse's? Chucks?
This is great, you know, they're flat. I think people take that a little too far nowadays, like the flat, like doing stuff barefoot.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. I think it's better to do regular plain sole than wearing like Nike runners to train legs. But if you're going to squat for bodybuilding purposes to enlarge your quadriceps, I think it's good to elevate your heel. A traditional squat shoe is 3/4 of an inch. And for a decade I never had squat shoes. When I was younger I used 2.5 plates. The only difference is you got to move them around. With squat shoes, wherever you put your heels, it's different.
Okay, good.
So you will, if you elevate your heels, I guarantee you guys, you will feel a shift onto your quads. You will feel your quads get a little bit more heat, and that's why I squat and hack squat leg press for my quads, not really for my glutes and hamstrings. They're going to get worked, but I really want the main focus to be on my quads. So he was asking me about the leg press. If I go high and wide, it's super easy for me. Much easier. Yeah. I'm using a lot of my glutes and hamstrings. So I try to go a little bit closer to get their feet and lower it down. But the thing is, when you come really low, you're doing the knees to your chest, which is great full range of motion. A lot of guys, including myself, your ass lifts off the back pad. You want to make sure your tailbone and ass is stuck to the pad and it doesn't lift up. Because one, you can have back issues, and two, you're using way too much glute and maybe even momentum. You want to focus on the quad. So I used to see guys like going like a little below 90, and I was like, oh, I go so much lower than them. But go as low as you can without your tailbone and your ass lifting up off the pad. It's very important. And also another thing with legs, you want big quads. Anybody, go up to any guy in the gym that has really big, round, bubble gum looking quads. I guarantee you they'll tell you they do 20 reps or more.
So volume, yeah, this guy always.
He's got really big quads. You know, they hang over the kneecap. So
yeah, because
you know, there are many theories, but the legs are one of the biggest muscles in the body. But one of them is that they get worked so much on a daily basis. You're walking, you're carrying your upper body weight, you're carrying whatever you're carrying on the line. So just doing, you know, mediocre weight with mediocre reps is like duplicating everyday life, and you don't want to do that. So if you want to produce a stimulus, you have to do something different. Really extreme, really heavy bone force trauma, heavy weights, or higher reps, higher volume, 20 plus. If you want to go with that super weight and you're squatting 4 plates for 10 reps, that's fine. You can start your first exercise like a powerlifting. You know, do the heavier weight, 4 6 reps, 5 by 5, and then go up to the higher volume. But for leg growth, you definitely want to do hypertrophy, blood volume training with high reps. Because think about it. If you pump your arm 10 times, it's going to get filled up with blood quickly. You're going to get a pump. The leg is 10 times the size of the bicep, 20 times the size.
Easily.
Hopefully it's bigger than your bicep. So it's going to take a lot more pumping to get the blood in there, and a lot more blood to fill the muscle.
To cause the trauma, to get everything going. Dope. And there you guys have it. Wise words from IFBB Pro Arash Rahbar.
His ass is not coming up. Come on, breathe. Same. Breathe. Take that in. Let's go. 5 more. Let's go. Push. All the way up. All the way up. Come on. Ready?
Easy.
3.
Good.
2. Up.
Now that's a set. Good foot placement.
Let's go, work.
There we go.
Same thing as last time.
Same thing. Go. There we go.
Let's go. All the way up. Push, 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 push.
Woo. That's exactly the feels right now. That's 5 more. You're doing 5 more.
So there's many different styles of training, many different techniques, and everyone's always asking and arguing what's better, what's worse. They all have their time and place. Heavyweight, light, and low reps, higher reps, moderate weight, intensity techniques like drop sets, negatives, force reps. But at the end of the day, if you're a beginner but past your 1 year phase, in your first year of bodybuilding, you can grow like your first year of life. A baby from day 1 to 365 will grow more than ever again. They'll grow at such a rapid rate. And that applies to you guys that just started out. For the other guys that are 1, 2, 3 years deep, what you did got you to where you are. It's great, congratulations. You need to take it to the next level. You need to lift weight. Heavy weight. Blunt force trauma is what makes you bigger and denser. Unfortunately, why I say unfortunately is because the human body is fragile. We are prone to getting injured. We need to be careful. Lately, I've been changing my training intensity. I always train very heavy, but after Olympia, I gave myself some time off. I go slower, I squeeze, more contraction. So you might be looking at me, something that I do 4 plates on, I'm doing 2 plates on. You're like, what's going on with him? Just changing the angle, rolling the shoulder back on a press or a pull, squeezing for 2 seconds rather than just hitting the contraction and coming back, squeezing on a pec deck like you're posing will make a remarkable difference in making the exercise harder. Always make the exercise harder. If there's a machine in your gym that you don't like, ask yourself why you don't like it. Most of the time it's because the shit's hard. Do things that are not easy and are not comfortable. If it's easy to go wide, go close together. If it's easy to put your hands here, put your hands there. Make it harder. You can make every exercise harder with the way that you do it without going heavier in weight. So yes, it's very important to always be pushing yourself and getting stronger, but not at the expense of bad form or hurting yourself. Weightlifting is just moving a weight from point A to point B, not caring which muscles you're using. Bodybuilding is very different. We're trying to isolate, but you have to understand there's no such thing as isolation. What the hell am I talking about? You cannot turn off the whole body and just make the bicep curl. When you bend over to pick up a pencil off the ground, hundreds of muscles will fire. So we do our best to isolate, but it's very difficult to do so. So we use a preacher bench, for instance, to take our front delt out of the equation and take momentum out of the equation and just hit the bicep, but it's still firing. The forearm is still firing. The brachioradialis is still firing. So we're doing our best to only work the muscle that we want. And one major thing is don't just walk into the gym, get under the bench and start moving the weight. Your body doesn't know you're there for chest day. It'll move that weight. It'll use your shoulders, your triceps, even some of your back to get that heavy weight off your chest. You need to warm up, not only for injury prevention, but to stimuli, blood and neurological stimulus to the muscle to let your body know that you're training it. These little things will get you 10 years ahead in a 5-year period. But if you don't do these things and practice these things, you could be treading water for 5-10 years and not getting real great progress. A lot of guys nowadays, I see them throwing around weights and trying to hit PRs, but their bodies don't develop at the same rate. What good is it? I'm not a power lifter. If you're a power lifter, no problem. You're more interested in weight, but I'm a bodybuilder. I rather lift 5 pounds and look like I lift 500 pounds. Because if I'm lifting 5 pounds and I'm developing and my muscles are getting bigger, I'm not gonna get injured.
Words to live by.
You know, so don't get me wrong, I like being strong. It feels good hitting high lifts, but
it's secondary.
It's secondary. It's really, I'm really trying to be healthy, try to get my body up to a certain standard that I have set without deteriorating it, without ripping my freaking tendons and shoulders and knees apart. So keep that in mind when you guys lift. And think, you know, I see a lot of cell phones, a lot of cameras like right now in the gym. Think about, would I be doing this if I wasn't filming it? Would I be doing this if that guy or girl wasn't watching me? Train for yourself and for your body, right? Not for social media and for the people around you. That's a quick way to get fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Ready for this? Slow down.
Come on, Junior, a couple more.
Higher. Let's go. Slower.
Called work. There you go. Negative, negative.
Let's go. Breathe. Big exhale. 3.
That would all three be in the video thing. Thanks for putting me through that leg workout, man. Awesome. Brutal. Freaking brutal.
So I jumped in only halfway with you guys. They killed their legs before, and we jumped in a little bit. I hope a little bit that we shared with you guys, pick up some tips, something that you could utilize, you know. There's a lot of different stuff all over the place, not necessarily just on legs, but it's food for thought stuff to think about. You gotta always think outside the box and always question what you're doing and why you're doing it. Progressively increase one of 3 things every workout, every week. You wanna progressively increase weight, strength, the weight that you're pushing, or intensity or volume. You're not gonna go heavier every single week because that means we'd be bench pressing with 10,000 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
So you either wanna go up in weight next week, or you wanna go up a rep next week, or you might do the same weight, rep, range, and the same weight, but with a little bit more control, a little bit still negative, more intensity.
Progression overload.
Exactly. So bodybuilding is a progressive sport. You wanna always be progressively increasing one of those 3 things.
Damn.
Words to live by.
Words to live by, exactly. So, out, checking out. Like, comment, subscribe. And thanks again, bro.
You didn't need weight.
Man,
Yeah, I gotta get used to that. Remember, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, man, give us a subscribe.